Hey YouTube, this is Crab Collector 01, back today for something completely different. Today I'll be reviewing the 8-inch Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog armor set figures. They are 8-inch figures that have all the pieces to make their the Mystic Knight armor. So as you can see, this is the leader, this is Rowan. We'll take a look at all three in this review. I'm only going to show you the armor process for one because the armor and the way they combine is the same across each figure except for the detail. So I will show the other two once we go over some basic stuff here with Rowan. So for starters, we'll take a look at the sheer amount of parts you get with these guys. You get two leg guards, shin guards, two sets of thigh armor for front and back. You get front and rear panels for like the crotch plates for the armor, two side skirts, breastplate, back plate, two shoulder guards, two like shoulder pauldrons, two upper arm guards, the helmet, the mask, the shield, two swords, a dagger, and a mace. All on this one figure, and the sheath for the little dagger here. So we'll go over the figure itself. We'll take a look at Rowan. All the figures sport the same articulation. You do have wrists, separately done arm guards, which is very nice. Nice chainmail along with this emblem, which this suit of armor never showed up in the show. This was just something I believe they did for the toy. But very nice. And one of the things you'll notice is that the sheer amount of paint that they used on these figures is unreal. There is almost no surface on any of these in a mainline toy that isn't painted, which is astounding to me. The only parts that I can tell that are not painted, I don't believe the feet are, but the legs are. All these darker gray bits are not painted, but every other surface is paint, which is very nice. So we'll show you how to get the armor on, and once we have the armor on, we'll take a look at all the details. So what you want to do, you can start with the leg guards. They do have L or R molded onto all of the parts, so you know which side they go on. So this one is left, so you just peg that on. Peg the leg guards on. We'll move up to the thigh. Plug in the thigh guards. One neat thing is he actually has that red design, like Celtic sign, that's completed when you put the two armor halves together, which is a pretty nice touch. Next, we'll move on to the chest plate and back plate. Now, on the like crotch plates and rear guards, you have an R for rear and F for front. So what you'll do is on your breastplate, there is a notch here that holds onto a notch on this. And this is kind of the hardest part because you kind of have to sandwich it all together and make sure it holds, like so. Then you'll do the same with the back and the rear guard. And then while you're holding it, what holds this together is the side skirts and the shoulder armor. So what you'll do is you just, these just friction on, clip on. Once you get a couple of them on, it'll stay in place. Next, we'll do the shoulders. Like so. And now all the armor will stay in place, and it is quite secure. It won't go anywhere. We'll do the upper shoulder armor now. I have to fold that up out of the way a little bit. And one nice thing about the way they did this armor is you can always move it out of the way for different poses. Like the side skirts, everything raises up and out of the way for your articulation. So the last step is to add the helmet. And one cool part is the helmet is in 2 separate pieces. So you have the helmet, which slides over the head, and you have this mouth guard that has a couple notches here on the side that stick into 2 notches in the inside of the helmet, like so. And there you have Rowan all armored up in his Mystic Knight armor. And it's just a fantastic figure. The reason I'm not going to show the armor process for the other two is because this video is already going to be kind of long. And I want to go over a couple different things. But just the sheer amount of detail, the paint that they used on these guys is insane. All of it completely painted, full 360. Every stitch of gold is painted. The detail on these guys is fantastic. You can see all the sculpted detail on the helmet and the breastplate down to, and I wouldn't even say Rowan is the most impressive figure. I would say, honestly, he's probably second best. I think Ivar's the best. But we'll get into the weapons. You get your sheath and your dragon dagger, which is beautifully done, fully painted on both sides. It just slides into the sheath and you can place it on the side, like so. Rowan does get a mace, again fully painted, except for the gray, fully painted, but very nicely sculpted. He gets a secondary sword, which is also fully painted. He gets his main sword, the Sword of Chaos, which is very nice. It's, I can get it to focus. He's got the bluish green dragon eyes, fully painted. Both sides fully painted. It's just a spectacular looking weapon. He can hold that just fine in his hand. And each Mystic Knight gets their own shield done in chrome. So they get a chrome shield. Very, very nice, fully painted. Just put it on that arm. And there we have it. So there's Rowan fully armored up with his shield and his Sword of Chaos. Phenomenal figures, absolutely fantastic. I cannot gush about these enough. The detail, the level of paint, it's not something you would see today in a mainline toy, especially, I mean, you just wouldn't get anything near this quality today. But, so we'll put him to the side, and we're going to bring in Angus and Ivar, which I feel are almost as impressive, maybe more impressive. Here we have Ivar, or no, Angus, I'm sorry. And here's Ivar, and he's the one that I think he really shines. And you know, one of the nice points about these is they could have really cheaped out on these guys and either cut the paint down or gave them generic armor, but each set of armor is 100% individual. The front plates, the breastplates, all of it is original between all 3 figures. So we'll move Rowan to the side here, and we'll take a closer look at Angus first. Here is Angus. You can see his armor is based around the earth, so he has a lot of like stone, rock detail. There's his shield. He has his mace with the boulder. They all have the same dragon dagger on their side to summon Pyre from the show. There's the back. Angus also has 2 additional accessories. He has a kind of like, I don't know what you would call this. It's not a mace. It's kind of like a slingshot. The rock doesn't come out. It's kind of soft, pliable. But he also comes with this beautiful hammer. It's just, you can tell the dragon detailing on the hilt. Again, fully painted. Just a really gorgeous piece. So that's the accessories you get with Angus. We'll set him to the side. Now we'll bring in the one that I think is the most impressive, which is Ivar. You can just see all the detailing on these guys is crazy. The detailing in the chest plate, the metallic blue, his staff, which is huge. I mean, it's probably close to 10 inches just on its own. But just an absolutely phenomenal set of figures. He also has 2 additional weapons. He has sort of like, I don't know if this is like a staff. I don't remember any of these weapons showing up in the show. I think they were just for the toys. So you get that, and then he has its own sort of like water sword. But again, fully painted front and back, hand to tilt. And that's what I think is the most impressive, is the level of details. Being that this was a TV show that was wholly original, created by Saban with no prior Japanese stock footage to pull from, you can tell that they took a lot of pride in this, and they thought it was going to be a big series. But just kind of like all the other great toy lines or TV shows, toy sales kind of killed Mystic Knights. No, it wasn't that the show wasn't good and didn't get ratings. From what I hear, it was fairly popular. It just didn't, the toys didn't perform. So by the time they got to the 2nd season, which was going to be Battle Thunder, which if you've never seen any of the Battle Thunder toys that was planned, I really suggest looking those up, because there is some really cool looking toys that was scheduled to come out. But they took those funds and allocated those to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So it died after just 1 season. As far as I know, it's never been re-released to home video. You can find it on YouTube. It's mostly low quality VHS rips and things like that. But it's still an enjoyable watch, especially if you are into this sort of thing and like the aesthetic. But man, these toys are just phenomenal. Like, I just can't get over that what they did with these guys in a mainline toy line is crazy to me. Because this would be like a premium thing you would get today. These would be very expensive today, in my opinion, with just like the armor, all the paint, the detailing. These are not figures you would see today in a main line. And they are, they're pretty fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. The accessories, all the paint and the detail, fully painted, done up on both sides. If you can track these guys down at a good price, I would jump on them, because they are, you can just pick them up and just marvel at how just cool they are. But there's 3 of my favorite basic figures. I'm not really a collector that delves necessarily into basic action figures. But these guys, man, they're worth it. They're worth every penny. They're pretty great. If you, like I said, if you track them down at a good price, I say go for it. You can get them fairly cheap. I didn't pay, I don't think, above 20. I got Ivar and Angus brand new. I opened them new in box. Rowan was pre-owned, but I don't think I paid above $20 for any of these guys. Sometimes they are expensive for mint and sealed box copies. But yeah, if you see these guys and you just want a good looking, fantastic figure, I'd say go for it, because they're great, even standalone on their own. I think Ivar looks the best, personally, just because of all the metallic paint they used on him. Rowan, I think, looks a little flat, just because they didn't do metallic red on him. They got the metallic gold, but the red's not metallic, and I feel like that kind of pulls him down a little bit, where Ivar has the metallic blue and the metallic gold, and it just really kind of pops, in my opinion. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys want to see more. This is one of my favorite quote-unquote niche toy lines to collect for. I love talking about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of in the same vein of Toku as like Beetleborgs and stuff like that, which I also love. I collect Beetleborgs too. So if you guys want to see this is going to be kind of like a trial run to see if you guys like this sort of thing. And I hope you do, because I love talking about it. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Crave Collector 01 with Rowan, Ivar, and Angus signing out.